Cruz called out Abdullah Mason. Now, some people said that it came from a fake account. Abdullah Mason got word and said he would fight Andy Cruz. He said he was looking, for a contract in the DM or whatever. But let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. But then he kind of went in and said that it's a team decision, and like his dad, his trainer, didn't know who Andy Cruz was, and maybe he didn't know his name by name. My thing is this: you be having these guys who be coaches, and they be trainers. You hear the fighter say, "Well, I don't watch tape, I don't watch film." And then the trainer should know everybody. As a trainer, you should be studying potential foes in that division. You should be a student. And I feel like the fighter should be the student of the game. If your trainer don't say, well, I don't watch boxing, or I don't watch these guys until we get footage on them, or until we got to fight them, and then we look at the footage, then I just start to look at it a little funny. Don't nobody watch boxing. Don't nobody watch film. Everybody make adjustments as we go. And that's the one thing I hate about this society. It's just a cult following. Nobody think for themselves. Nobody tries to create an event on their own. Everybody since Floyd say he don't watch film, don't nobody watch film. You ever notice that? Don't no fighter watch film since Floyd said it. So I feel like as a trainer, as a coach, you should know at least the top guys in your division. A lot of these motherfuckers be paying these coaches and trainers, and they don't know shit. They don't know nothing about boxing, because you can look at the fighter and hear the advice in the corner, and then they don't even know the landscape. You should know the landscape. One thing I say this about street niggas. Street niggas know everything there is to know about the streets. They know how to spot the police headlights. They know math. They know if you short them. They know how much is supposed to be in a gram, how much is in an ounce, how much is in a kilo, how much is a half pound, how much you weigh when it's wet. They know everything. They know when somebody got beef and they about to get the drop on them. They know everything. They're very observative people. And one thing in boxing, ain't nobody observative. All they do is repeat sayings from each other. Oh yeah, we don't watch no footage, and then you have a shitty performance. Like, damn. Could you imagine Peyton Manning saying he don't watch footage? Could you imagine, other athletes saying that they didn't watch film? It is crazy. I know people that competed in amateurs say, I don't watch boxing at all. That's different. You just probably doing that for fun. But if you in the sport at a professional level, especially a world champion level, and you don't watch the sport, and you ain't watching your peers or your potential competition, that says a lot about you. But long story short, Andy Cruz put the beast by Dre on Amir Abdullah right now. That's a bad matchup. That's a bad matchup. If Mason Abdullah, I said Amir Abdullah. If Mason Abdullah can't clip him in the first 2, 3, 4 rounds of that fight, bruh, it's over with. It's a bad style. Andy got too much agility. Andy got too much sauce for him. Could Abdullah be too big? Nor did he know Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey for him? Yeah, that can definitely be a thing. He could probably be too big for him. I definitely can see that kind of being a thing. But in my opinion, I just think that I think Andy Cruz is just too seasoned, too agile, too mobile, too fast. Amir Abdullah he too heavy foot. He a big kid though. I like to see them add some finesse to his game. That's what I like to see. I like to see them add some finesse to his game. Some boxing. Don't punch for power, punch to land, punch some speed, work off the jab. You know what I'm saying? Move a little bit. He just be on that line too. He too much of a plotter for my life. He a big guy for that division. He's still growing, only 20 years old. He's not ready for Andy Cruz. That's gonna be an embarrassment. He gonna totally get embarrassed in that fight. It's a bad style fight. Cruz got too much sauce for him. Cruz is gonna pick him apart. After round 4, if he don't drop Cruz, hurt Cruz, Cruz gonna put it in cruise control. Damn. Cruz gonna put it in cruise control. He gonna outpoint him. It's a kid who really ain't been in tough, deep. You know, this motherfucker got 1,000 amateur fights. Really, it's kind of unfair. But Cubans do have problems with the professional style, but Amir Abdullah got an NE20. He got a lot of work to do. Everybody see the knockouts and they think they don't see the deficiencies. I see them. And in my opinion, he need a real coach. Just looking at him, he need a real coach. He needs somebody to show him how to put it all together. You can see the natural talent. He need a coach who's gonna show him how to really box and do some things. So many of these dudes with daddies out here who would be so much better in somebody's hands that was neutral. Didn't have emotional attachment. You know, that's another big thing wrong with these motherfuckers in boxing today. You got a bunch of daddies, you know, putting their hands in the pot. But in reality, they shouldn't even be coaching. They probably shouldn't even be managing. They should be fans in the stand. But Amir Abdullah, I mean, strong kid, you know, a lot of physical talent, young. But I'm telling y'all, man, if he don't get it together defensively and learn how to box a little bit better, finesse, he's gonna get knocked out. I'll tell you that right now. When he fuck around and fight somebody his size, he'll get knocked out. He got right. What he doing right now, it ain't gonna last, bro. It ain't gonna last. Amazing talent, hand speed, but you need to put it all together. He young, he need to put it all together. It concern me he got dropped. Nah, you know, some motherfuckers come out cold. You know, just because you hit the canvas don't mean you cheating. Now, if you stay down, you know, your legs all gone. So it's gonna be interesting. They gotta start getting him to think more of the defensive side of things. Because you know, them caliber of bullets get bigger and bigger and stronger and faster as you move up the ranks. Andy Cruz way too much for him right now. Top rank will never throw him in there, and it don't make no sense. We got a prospect that's 20. If I'm gonna step up and fight a guy like Andy Cruz, it's gonna be a full world title. We're gonna fight Andy Cruz for what? His benefit? The Turkey Ali Sheik say like Mason Abdullah? And Mason Abdullah got a buzz? No, let Eddie Hearn and Andy Cruz create their own buzz. You know? We ain't here to build nobody buzz. Andy Cruz don't bring a record crowd. Andy Cruz don't bring a record bag. Andy Cruz don't bring a world title, so it don't make sense. It don't make sense. I'm telling you, it don't make sense. And I be wondering why people on motorcycles go to that upper room. This motherfucker is sped up next to a semi truck. But yeah, that's what I feel about it, honestly. Don't make sense too soon. Of course, the fighter gonna say send the contract. That's how he wired. He young. He don't know that the motherfucking fire on the oven will burn his ass. But he said we had to sit down and talk to my team. Don't make sense. Let me let you know right now. 2-3 years, we'll smoke Andy Cruz with the right tutelage. Right now, it's no rush. Brian Norman Jr. Became a champion at 23, 22, 20. Ain't no rush. You might outgrow the weight class. You know, that may be true. You might outgrow the weight class, but fuck it. He'll be building that resume up, building that body up, and start building your skill level up. Start defending yourself. When you start learning to defend, then learn to transition from defense to turn defense to offense. That's it. Once you learn how to do that, you stop thinking so offensive minded. Because everybody, I'm telling you, when you step up the ranks and you step up in competition or you move up in weight, every motherfucker you hit ain't gonna crumble. Every person you hit ain't gonna crumble. I'll tell you that right now. Everybody ain't gonna be shocked by your power. So you gotta be able to use your change up, your slider, your screwball, your curveball. You gotta start to change it up. Gotta learn to change it up. Right now, Andy Cruz a style on him. He a style on him. Too soon. So my opinion on it, y'all might disagree on it. I ain't mad at it. But Andy Cruz by embarrassment. If you don't get knocked out or hurt in the first 4 rounds, hit the link in the description. Follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole 9. Join the Patreon.